Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd. So let me give me a minute why I post this video on Facebook, the Book of Faces. Let's see, share, copy link, Facebook plus post. Done. Paste. Come on, where's the paste? There it is. Wait for the icon to show up. Dun dun dun. It's taking its sweet time for the icon to show up. That's always scary. Here it comes. There we go. Next. Publish. All right. Fallen Jedi, thanks for joining us. Cobweb, thanks for being here. It is a pretty great day today. Lots of different reveals today. This should be kind of fun to go through them and talk about them. So let me go ahead and do a quick sound check. That sounds all right. All right. So it's kind of funny. I was messing around and I realized I could do something kind of fun. Is I can actually draw on the screen while I'm talking. This will be kind of a fun thing to do. So let's go and try this. I'll use yellow first. So I could go like, hey, look, new Moss Man. So, I mean, granted, I'm not the best artist in the world, but it's kind of fun. I could say, yep, Masters of the Universe. So now I could be one of those annoying guys like those sports announcers you used to see in the 70s drawing on the screen. Frog Monger. Oh, red doesn't work very good for that. Okay, let's see the other choices I have here. Okay, let's see. I have a highlighter I can use instead. Let's see how that looks. Well, that's not very effective. All right, let's change the ink color to red for the highlighter. There we go. You can make Skeletor red. Anyway, I'll stop playing around for right now. I just thought that was kind of fun to be able to do crazy stuff. Oh, it's funny. When it's in his cape, you can't see it because it's red. That's cool. Okay. Let's just get on with the shows. I know you guys are like, what the heck is Hebrew doing now? So let's take a look at the live chat. Wow. Everyone's posting like crazy. Masterfar, hey, I watched Revelation in Japanese and it's way better. Yeah, I keep hearing everyone saying that. I haven't had a chance to see it though in Japanese. I guess there's like different pauses and different things. So anyway, let me get off this screen so we can, I guess I got to turn off the pen. You know what? I can do this. Is it going to work? Is it going to let me advance? Hey, look at that. So we're going to talk about the new reveals. There's been a lot of new reveals coming out today. A lot of you guys have been posting them on Lounge Grayskull. Thank you so much for posting them on there. Many of the pictures I have in this presentation I actually took from the pictures you guys posted. So thanks to you guys for posting them. That's where I got the majority of my pictures for today's presentation. So let's go ahead and talk about the coolest thing, which is Snake Mountain. Snake Mountain, been waiting for this forever. It's coming out. I didn't hear when. Did you guys hear when it's coming out? Let me see your guys' comments here. Let's see. Beast Mode says, howdy, what a good day for Moto. The Diamond Shadow says, hey, Diamond Shadow. Master Far says, but really, watch Revelation in Japanese because it's great. I'm going to have to do that, man. If I can bring myself to do it. The John Madden of Moto. Yes, drawing on the thing. Let's go. Fall of 2023. Wow. Okay, so we got over a year to wait. Now, I did notice, I'm looking at this picture. Yes, I'm going to do some more drawing because it's kind of fun. I'll try the highlighter. Let's try the highlighter again. And I will use green, so it's a really weird contrast against the pink. Now, when I first saw this, I thought somebody customized a Snake Mountain for She-Ra, as I thought it was pink. I just saw this pink Snake Mountain. So I don't know about you guys, but it looks really pink to me. Now, I'm guessing because they used a lot of the gray paint and the gray gradients, and being gray isn't like a lighter color, it turned into like a pastel in some of the spots. So like down over here, well, that didn't work. I could have done this one. Wow, that does not work. Okay, back to the pen tool. Let's see how this works now. There we go. So right in here you can see it just looks very pinkish. in a lot of these areas. This is kind of fun. And then I also noticed this looks like the old one from the 80s, not the new one. In fact, these look like broken ones, like they snapped off right here on this end. So I'm wondering, I like the yellow better. So I'm wondering if they snapped them off accidentally during travel and someone put it together for the show and didn't have that. Now, one thing I do think that's really cool is this right here, hanging down. I think those are really cool. Having these all hang down, blocking the little hole right there. Something we should have had a long time ago. So that is pretty cool. See, there's a quick erase button on here. Let's see, and show, that's not it. Erase all ink on slide. Bam, look at that. Okay, yes, I'm having fun. It's just a prototype, says Chef M80. That makes sense, I could see that. So they probably did actually use the actual piece from the 80s then to make it work, because there's no way that's the new one. That's got to be the 80s one, especially when it breaks that easy. You think they would fix that problem. Hopefully, when they release the real one, it's not going to break that easy. So I wonder if they took just the regular one, added some new stuff to it, and then did some paint, because it sure does look a lot like the one we have with just some extra stuff added to it. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on. So let's check out some of the cool extra stuff they added. Well, first of all, they changed the snake. And the snake looks a lot like the snake from the cartoon, which I think is pretty cool. Hey, Matthew, thanks for joining us. How much do you think it will cost? Oh, I even hate answering this question online, because every time Mattel hears fans give a price that's way too high, they're like, yeah, we could charge that much. So being Castle Grayskull was 80 some odd dollars, this has to be under 100. It's got to be. And it has a lot of cool extra bits and tidbits, so it might be a little more, but not too much more. So let's talk about those extra tidbits. They got like an hour before presentation on the video I watched. Nice. 79 is a good guess, Mike. So it has the throne. How cool is that? So we have the throne right here. Now, I'm sure they're going to paint it, probably. If not, it's real easy to paint. I noticed this thing doesn't go all the way down. They got a pit hole right here. Oh, this is kind of fun. Oh, I'm doing not so good on my arrow. You think it'd be easier to draw. Let's see if I can draw on this side. Nope. I can only draw on the presentation. And of course, I got some weird little spider thing up there too. Let me go and erase all that. Erase all on slide. So that's pretty cool. And of course, they got the little bat computer in the background too. So let's talk about. Let's see what's. Oh yeah, let's look at just the throne. There it is. Ooh ah. Where is the Draken Lord in this set? Yeah, Shadow, I'm thinking probably about the price you're saying is probably more likely. Did you watch the old He-Man Thundercats videos on YouTube? Nope, I watched the old He-Man and Thundercats because I actually have the DVDs here at the house. And I keep putting them in. I actually copied them all to my a special drive that plugs into my iPhone. And I'll watch them on the Apple TV that way too sometimes. I kind of ramped up the quality a little bit. So let's talk about the inside. Here's the... Well, actually, you can kind of see the upper half too and the lower half. But they have this really cool thing. Oh, I got to draw on this one. You know, I'll try it again. Let's just see. Oh, I can draw on this one. They got this really cool thing right here, which is the pit. And it actually folds up for easy storage. You can see the hinges right here on both sides. And then right here is a small little peg hole. And this peg is actually made for putting a figure on. You snap the figure in half. You stick the body on there like he's drowning in the goo, which is funny. When I used to play with Lego, I used to do that all the time. I'd take the Lego figure in half, and I would put him in the goo. So it's kind of funny. All right, let's take a look at that a little closer. There we go. And you can see the creatures. I wonder if this mouth actually comes up and down, or if it's hinged at all, or if it just pulls off. It's a clear piece of one of those pegs underneath there. I'm guessing it has the pegs underneath there too. I think I saw something like that online. I'm not sure. You can see the hinge right here pretty good. And look at this, a new weapons rack. A totally different design. Very cool weapons rack. Cool, cool. Let's take a look at that cage. As you guys know, I made that cool dungeon originally and also made the dungeon extender for the other one. So here is their dungeon. And that's a really cool dungeon. I'm pretty happy with it. It's what it should have always been, right? Yo, perfect the king hiss. No mic? Can you guys not hear me? No, I did a sound check earlier. Okay, let me know if you guys can hear me or not, because I don't want to keep blabbing away if you guys can't even hear me. Let's see, 5x5. Oh, I didn't order the Headless Horseman. Okay, cool. I wish I did. The Headless Horseman is cool because I could have used that black horse. Ah, so frustrated I missed it. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the trap. And this cage can actually be used underneath the trap door, which makes so much more sense than just having it fall to nowhere-ness and then having that, you know, fall into that net or whatever. This is way better. And so it can actually land in the cage. And of course, then you can move the cage afterwards or just leave it where it's at. So that's a really cool feature too. And I'm glad they have a ladder up here. And I wish there was more to this upper floor. There's really not a lot to the upper floor. It's like, why even go up there? But you guys know me. In all the stick mountains I owned in the past, I've always made an upper floor for them to hang out at. So it actually makes sense to go through that door. All right, let's see. I wish Mattel would elaborate more on the Eternia being huge. They actually did post a picture of the actual size of it. I didn't put it in this video though. It's just under 48 inches wide and just under 3 feet tall. I think it's like, I forget what it was. I saw the measurements though of it earlier today. So there's Snake Mountain, and what I think is cool is they added this piece up at the top, which is, you know, mountain-esque. And what's kind of cool too is that snake. Notice it's on this side right here. Come on, paint. Oh, there we go. Now it's all messing up. But on the inside, you can see there's more than one peg hole to put that snake. So you can put it on one side or the other. So that's kind of cool. So you can actually put it on the other side. I don't know how it will fit though going on the other side, because it seems like it would be backwards unless it somehow twists around. I guess we'll have to figure out where the pieces are that twists around and make it work on the other side. But that is pretty cool that we have that other side right there we can do it on. That is not working on this side. I got to do it on the instructor side. There we go. All right. So let's take a look. Check Pixel Dan's video. More details on that video. Yeah, I did want to check it out, but you guys know I don't like to watch other people's videos until I review it first, just because I don't want to get their opinion until I tell you mine. Otherwise, it might influence my video. I've seen other people's videos where they say verbatim the same thing as somebody else, and it's like, you know what? You didn't need to make that video, because we already seen the same video earlier that somebody else made that has the exact same words you used. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Moss Man. Moss Man. Now, as you look at this Moss Man, he's got a lot of articulation and a lot of fuzz on him. Now, I want you to notice that his fuzz actually is multi-toned, which originally it was too, but I've seen customizers just make him green, and notice he has like some browns and some other things in there too. And I remember G.I. Joe used to do the same thing with their hair, so that's kind of cool. Moss Man, Moss Man. Yep. Now, my fear at this Moss Man is when they did the one for Classics, they said they couldn't have that much moss covering them because of all the joints that would then rub. Oops, let me switch back to the other view. There we go. That would then rub right in these areas here and then cause the fuzz to come off. So I'm not sure if they'll be able to actually still have all the moss once they send it through engineering. So we'll see. So I know the original Classics prototype they showed us, it had moss all over them just like this, but then when they released them, because of all the articulation, they had to do that. Now, people are saying it's a Walmart exclusive, so we'll see. Of course, Walmart exclusive. And, of course, they have the extra head, which is pretty cool. Now, I'm probably going to pose him with the extra head, but I wish they would have put some fur on his face on the extra head. I mean, right down in here, they could have put some fur. Oh, let me draw it in here. Put some fur right in here. You know, that fuzz. That'd been perfect. But, oh well. Let me get my eraser out. That way we can see his face unaltered. Yeah, having fun at the yellow pen. It's a lot of fun, in case you're wondering. Yeah, it's kind of weird the extra head's so polished. That is funny. But I do like the extra head. Granted, it's not Moss Man, but it looks really cool. It looks like some really cool... Master Far. Bald, 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 my eyes. So you might flock the Filmation shape head for him. Nice. Oh, the Shapeways head for him. Nice. Mattel said it's a Walmart exclusive, and it will have the pine smell. Nice. Excellent. Thank you, Mike Fee. It's cool to have you guys in here to fill in the stuff I don't know, because I just seen pictures of it, and I was really excited. But I haven't really watched anybody's videos or any walkthroughs yet. Oh, dun dun dun. New Adventures Skeletor. So I was pretty happy to see this. Now, when I first saw it, I actually thought that it was an Origins one. I thought, wow, they made the Origins one skinny. How strange is that? I thought maybe all the New Adventures will be skinny except for He-Man. I mean, I'd be okay with that. That'd be okay because, you know, it makes sense that He-Man's the big muscle-bound guy and the rest of them don't really need to be. But it's actually for Masterverse. You can tell because of the ugly elbows right up here that it's a Masterverse elbow and the double jointed knees, so it's a Masterverse figure. But it is pretty cool. And let's look at him with his helmet off. And I don't know how I feel about this head. It looks like he has green hair on his head, like it's some kind of Japanese anime, like Yu-Gi-Oh or something, where they have some of those skinny guys on there with the new green cut style hair. And I just don't know how I feel about that crazy hair on top of his head. So, you guys tell me, what do you think about that? Master Far says, I heard Masterverse is huge in Japan. Master Far, I'm not going to say out loud what you said about Hordak. I think they finally got a Skeletor head right. 15 figures in. The teeth look cool. So when the helmet's on, this head looks great. And his smile is really good and his eyes are great. It's just the hair when his helmet's off. Now, granted, you could take and you could put on his hood. You know, find a hood to stick on there. It'd probably work really good as any other head. Ghost Rider. To be fair, the Origins had a fungus head thing going on. Oh, to be fair, the original head. Oh, the original had a fungus head thing going on. Yeah, I suppose. He needs a hairstylist. Yeah, definitely an interesting... Alright, on to Man at Arms. Man at Arms. There he is. Pretty cool figure. I mean, I like the Man at Arms we already got for Masterverse. I think he was pretty cool too. I'm not too keen on his kilt, but it's still pretty cool. He's got some pretty massive weapons. He's got that giant gun in one hand, and then he has a smaller gun that mounts on like a shield on his other hand. And then, of course, you have him the way he looks in the cartoon. And kind of cool, but I don't know. It's just kind of weird, all the patchwork. I know it's for the storyline. He has the patchwork here. And he's got the patchwork here on his knee. And I understand that's what they did in the cartoon. But I'd kind of like to have a clean one. But I suppose you could take all the armor off and stuff and stick it on your other one. Let's see what you guys are saying. Question for Hebro. What do you make of the Wave 11 Origins having 5 figures in the wave when they always had 4 per wave? Should we expect 5 figure waves from now on? That is a good question, Kurt. And I'm not always sure. I think it has to do a lot with all the exclusives and stuff and trying to get figures out. I'd hate to see him do 5 figures every single time. I mean, that would get kind of spendy. I think it's kind of strange on some of the Snake Men figures that some figures have nothing to do with Snake Men, but they still have the Snake Men logo on the top. So, I don't know. We'll see. So, there is some strange things. Juan Soto says he needs a shave. That's funny. Shave, man. Shave. Let's take a look at those heads a little closer. So it is weird. These two heads, even though the only difference is the helmet, they actually look a lot different. I mean, take a look at his lips in this one versus his lips in this one, and then the eye spacing is a little different too. So even the coloring looks different. Now, it could just be because it's 2 different pictures taken with 2 different cameras, so maybe it looks different because the greens look different too. So it may just be the camera, whoever took the shots. In fact, these might have been taken by 2 different people, so it could be, because you can see this one looks like a darker green, and this looks like a lighter, kind of a muted gray green. All right, on to some cool new figures we had no idea was going to come out, and it still kind of is crazy to me, and that is Monger and He Skeletor. Now, it's kind of weird they call him He Skeletor instead of He Kildor. I'm not really understanding. So, in the multiverse comic he's from, was it Skeletor that raised the sword and turned into He-Man, or was it Kildor that raised the sword and turned into He-Man? I thought it was Kildor, but correct me if I'm wrong. Question for Hebrew: why is everything getting released at the same time? You know, I'm not really sure why they're releasing everything at the same time. I mean, it is kind of crazy. We got so many lines going on right now. I mean, we have the Mega Constructs that seems to be slowing down. We have the Origins. We got Masterverse. We got CGI. Masterverse is breaking out into other lines where it's Revelation, and you know, it's the what do they call the new one now? The Eternia line, and then we have ones in between that don't seem to quite match anything. So it's interesting all the stuff they're doing. Dorky Hippie 81 says it's Christmas. Adrian says it's Kildor. Kildor, right? So why He's Skeletor? The most powerful Kildor in the universe. Okay, that is a little bit funny. Out of all the Kildors, he's the most powerful Kildor. Let's take a closer look. Now, the Monger, it's the best picture I could get of him, so it is a little blurry once I zoom this up. I apologize for the blurriness, but that's all I could get. But I have to admit, that purple armor could be kind of fun to use on other figures. I mean, I could see taking the purple boots and the purple loincloth belt with the black and sticking it on, making a new Hebrew with purple. That'd be kind of fun instead of doing the yellow all the time. So I think I might try something like that. Once I get this figure, is actually take and make a Hebrew with wearing more purple. This would be kind of cool. All right, so there's our frog guy. And he's supposed to be from the Well of Souls, I believe, or something like that. My Hebrew is purple. Can't wait. Nice. Faker Hebrew. There you go. Awesome. They did that one of the characters from the Castle Grayskull dungeon. Yes. Very cool. Let's see. Oh, Toyman, you've retracted your messages. Getting ready to read it. Frog guy has a new chest. I saw that. Oh, stretch goals. Here we are. On to the stretch goals. So they released 2 stretch goals. If they get 8,000 people buying the Eternia playset, they're going to release this crazy mole rat creature, whatever he's supposed to be. Naked roll mat. I don't know. And if they get 10,000, they're going to release this other guy. I forgot his name, but he's been in some comics and they have him in the book. And I should have put his name on there so I wouldn't forget. Let's see. Oh, nice. Dorkeep81 says he used Prince Adam's boots and fur. Nice. There it is. What is that? Keklar? Keklar? Klar or Keklar? Soft goods. Oh, yeah, he does have soft goods on him. Now with this, all this blue, you could easily turn him into, I was gonna say Whiplash, but that's not his name. Flip something. I forget. It was from New Adventures. Something Flip. Help me, you guys. He's the guy with the big jetpack on him, and he's got a lot of blue on him. Anyway. Flip Shot. Thank you, Juan Soto. Jeff says, although not for me, haha, I'm passing on Eternia. I don't think anyone would customize this for $300. No, I really can care less about this one. The Mole Rat's kind of fun, but you're right. It's not really like something you really have to have. I'm kind of glad it's not anything that's really cool, because for those that are not getting the set, think how stinky it'd be if it was like a really cool figure they released, like the 2000X Sorceress or something. That would be awful. The only way to get her is to spend $700. That would totally stink. So I'm kind of glad the stuff they're making stretch goals and the figures they're giving us free with it are all lame. It makes it really easy to, you know, because what if they like that one time we got Roton, and Roton came with a army builder figure for classics, and it's like, are you kidding me? Really? You got to stick an army builder figure in a vehicle? And so that was kind of stinky. I ended up having to buy, I didn't have to, but I bought 3 of them and then sold one. I still have one I can't sell. I forgot what I even did. Oh, you know what? I think I did eventually sell it. But it's just crazy, you know. And even Prince Adam and the Sky Sled. It's like the Sky Sled's made to be an army builder sled, and you don't need a whole bunch of Prince Adams. They should have put like another army builder in the Sky Sled, like maybe an Eternian Guard or something. That would have made more sense, because then you could have bought a bunch of Sky Sleds and had a bunch of Eternia Guards at the same time. See, I want Elder and King Grayskull. Won't get a single release. That Elder won't either. Yep. Mossman is really nice. I just hope he is easy to get through Walmart. Yes, I hope you're correct on that one. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at all the releases again. There they are. Now, I kept watching through the day to see if they have other ones come out too. So if they do, of course, I'll release another video. I want the Skeleton Warriors. Yes, that'd be cool. The Skeleton Warriors would totally rock. So, out of these figures, which is your favorite? That's all I want to know from you guys. And then I'll reveal my favorite of these figures. But let's see yours first. You show me yours, I'll show you mine. Alright, One Soto saying Skeletor. Dorky Hippie 81 is saying Mossman. Matthew Lee is saying Mossman. All of them except New Adventures Skeletor, says Jeff. Mossman is my favorite, says the Toy Man. Adrian says definitely the Snake Mountain. Hey, come on, the Snake Mountain's not a figure. The Snake Mountain is the awesomest thing here. Out of the figures, man. Out of the figures. Sean says Man at Arms. Surprised Eric didn't join us. I know he's been talking about Snake Mountain since day one of this. Mossman, the New Adventure Skeletor. I want to say Mossman, but he Skeletor might win. Wow, Mossman, New Adventure Skeletor. He's got the design without the goofball eyes. Nice. The Frog. Yeah, the Frog is kind of cool. I want them all anyway. Yeah, we're probably all going to buy them all anyway. Frogmonger would be a good army builder. Between Mossman and Frogmonger, Man-at-Arms is pretty sweet too, though. Frogmonger and the New Adventure Skeletor, Mossman, Duncan. Man-at-Arms is my favorite. Let's see, Mossman, He Skeletor is a dumb name. Masterfar, it definitely is. We were kind of talking about it should be He Kildor. I don't know. It could have called him He Blue Man, part of the Blue Man group. Frogman, gonna buy as many as possible, says Adrian. And Dorky Hippie, hope it's not too hard to get the exclusives. Jeff says Mossman is the most wanted one. Masterfar, I would have gone with the anti-Eternia Skeletor. Interesting. Mossman, Frog, and then He Skelly. Frog and Skeletor is Mattel's Creations exclusive. Oh. Well, there you go. They might have a limit on how many Frogmen you could buy. Let's see. Neutral 69, do you have Hordak? I have Hordak, yes. Leo Faker and He Skeletor. Leo Faker would win, definitely. I hope they still use the 2-day pre-order for Mattel Creations. Alright, cool. So, out of all these, my favorite one is, drumroll, believe it or not, it is, let me turn my highlighter on. I will put it in the color of red, and I will circle the figure. Frogmonger. He is the one that I am most excited about. And I know it sounds kind of funny because, like, why Frogmonger, right? Well, when my son was younger, my youngest boy, I took oops, no, not the end of the show. There we go. I took oh, I know I did it wrong. If I turn the pen on, stop. Pen. There we go. I took oh, what was that guy? Tongue Lasher. And I started to customize him into a red-eyed tree frog for my son. And of course my son grew older and didn't care about action figures anymore by the time I even got close. I didn't even finish. I didn't even paint the guy. All I did was sand his head to make him look friendly. I sanded off the snake symbol and took them all apart to paint, and that's as far as I got. So it's kind of cool to have a frog creature because I think technically, originally, Tongue Lasher was supposed to be a frog. I think it was supposed to be not the Snake Man, but the Poison Venom line. So they had a frog guy with poison venom, they had snake guys with poison venom, and the idea was that they were all poison venom type creatures. And I think the guy who spits the water, I think he's supposed to actually Cobra Khan. He looks more lizardy to me. I don't know. But anyway, they weren't supposed to be snake guys to begin with. If you take a look at all of them together, there are some lizard more like than snake, and this way, and of course the frog guy, Tongue Lasher. So there you go. Yep. So Frogmonger is the one that I want most. All right. So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video now, I think. Well, now we know what figure they'll use for Tongue Lasher. There you go. I'm sure Tongue Lasher will get his hands at least. Of course, are those the same hands we had with Leech? They might already be those hands. It's hard to tell. So I'm going to go ahead and play the Darth Vader and call this the end. Let's see. Oh, wow. My son Ben doesn't care about action figures either. Yeah. All right. Anyway, thanks for watching. And good journey. And it's time for Darth Vader.
If you found it enjoyment, like,